Welcome back, collectors, and welcome to the latest installment of Double Trouble. And speaking of Double Trouble, good evening, Tyler. How are you?
Hey, good evening. How are you?
I'm
Hanging
good.
in there.
I'm good. Good to see you again. We appreciate all of you guys joining us tonight. And we've put together a nice group of notes from the Stax Bowers auction Thursday night. And because that's why you clicked on this video, let's get right to it. All right, this first note is a Series 1890 $1 Treasury note with Secretary Stanton's smiling face on it. Uh, it is graded very fine 25 by PMG and is comment free. It sold for $1,080.
So these are they're pretty tricky notes in my opinion. I've been looking for one for a replacement. I currently have a VG8 and this one was on my radar. Um Comment free, looks pretty clean.
Yeah.
25, that's like a nice mid grade for a collector. I actually think it went for a good price. The sheet on this one in a 20 is 575, and then in a 35 is 1300, and then retail is 800 in a 20 and 2750 in a 40.
Wow.
These seem to be trending a little bit higher though when you look at retail, by retail sales, or if you look on eBay, they kind of beat out sheet pretty consistently. 1080. Yep. Sounds about right.
This is an early Freeburg number. It is the first one for this design. This is very also a common note. There are about 600 of these known. So,
Yeah,
all
they
right.
may be common on paper, but
Yeah.
usually they attract some attention.
Well, yeah, common is relative. Yeah, that's true. All right, this next note is a beautiful Series 1917 $1 legal tender, graded 67 by PMG with the premium paper quality designation. It sold for $2,220.
So super high grade on this one. Just a beautiful note. This is definitely a good note for somebody who wants the best example they can afford. Um, so at sheet in a 67, we have 1800. Uh, the book would not go up to 67. Obviously, this is an uncommon grade, especially for large
Yeah.
notes. But we have 1100 and a 65. Really, the price on this is going to be whatever takes it home. Um, I
Right,
mean, it's a beautiful note.
right. Beautiful note. Common Freeburg, but nothing common about the grade.
I mean, when you think about it, just a little over $2,000 for the super high grade, 1917 one, really a super high grade large note.
Right.
That's not too horrible,
No, it's not.
especially when you look at the difference with coins.
Yeah, right, right. Very true. All right. This next note is an 1869 Rainbow $2 bill. It's graded very fine 30 by PMG with the exceptional paper quality designation. This note sold for $3,360.
Super nice note here. Again, problem free, even with the EPQ designation in that nice collector grade in a 30. Sheet says 2800 in a 35, no EPQ. And then the book from 20 in a VF20 is 1200. In an XF40 is 4800. Um, so this one kind of falls right in the middle there. Again, these rainbow notes, especially nice looking rainbow notes, they're going to go for, strong prices.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I love rainbows in any denomination. Isn't it a little unusual to find them in mid grade? I'm speaking generally. You usually find them, they're either, they got a lot of problems or they're uncirculated.
Yeah, I don't really see a whole ton of XF or like high VF or XF. You see a lot of like VG8 to VF20, and then it goes all the way up to AU to uncirculated.
Right. Right. All right. Next up, we have an $1882 legal tender, graded 58 by PMG. This one sold for $1,920.
Yeah, so the 1880s with the large seals are real popular. This one, let's see, green sheet is 800, and then in a 60 is 1200 retail, and this obviously exceeded both of those by quite a margin.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just really hard to find these 1880, large seal notes, kind of like in that higher grade, but not like a 64, kind of like the high AU. Someone wanted it and paid up for it. Again, that's kind of the trend we've been seeing since we started doing these videos on Ontario. Like, you'll see some notes go a little cheaper, but if there's someone who really wants it, sometimes, or two people who really want it,
Yeah.
they'll drive that price up. They don't care, especially for problem-free notes.
Right.
They're gonna
Right. And isn't the 52, isn't that Freebird 52 I'm talking about? Isn't that the one that has the newly discovered Series 1880 variety? This one is not
Yes.
variety, but
Yep. So there is the 52A as well.
right, right.
Very new.
Yep. Something to keep your eye open for. All right. Next is one of my favorite designs. This is a $2 1918 Federal Reserve banknote, also known as the Battleship note. This one sold for $1,320 and is graded 40 by PMG.
This one is a stunning note, and it went for a great price. $825 for a 35. No, actually, that's for a 40 in green sheet, and then 1300 retail. But I still think it went for a really good price. I mean, it's comment free. It's a nice XF note, real deep ink. The seal looks great. And I think it went for, pretty good price.
Yeah, and it has a fancy serial number too.
Yep.
That's a rotator. I believe that's what it's called, where you can turn it over and it still numbers, if you hold it upside down. Next, we've got a small size $5 replacement note from the Hawaii emergency issue. This one is graded 30, has exceptional paper quality, and sold for $1,920.
So this one was completely off my radar. I don't really look at small size notes much anymore, because I'm pretty much done with them. But this one, I mean, by the looks of it, by what sheet and book are saying here, this one went really low. So in the sheet, a 20 is 1,700, and in a 35 is 3,200.
Wow.
And then in the book for a 20 is 2,000, and then in a 40 is 4,500. And this is a 30 EPQ, so it probably trades closer to that 35 mark.
Right.
So even in sheet, around 3,200.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
I mean, this is the Mule Star,
Okay.
but any star for these emergency notes is going to be in high demand.
Yeah. Yeah, aren't the fives, especially in replacement fives, pretty rare?
Yeah, and the fives in general, when you're putting together the World War II emergency notes, the fives are like deceptively difficult.
Okay. Next we have a very popular Jackass note, an 1880 $10 legal tender. This note is graded 45 by PMG and sold for $1,200. What a beauty.
Yeah, even just like, sometimes you see a note and you hear a price and you're like, you know what? That sounds like a good deal. That's what that kind of sounds like to me. Here we got in a 40 is 975 sheet, to 1100 in a 50, and
Yeah.
then for a 40, we have 1350 in the book. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I like the sound of that one there.
Yeah. I think somebody got a great deal and congratulations to the new owner. Well done.
I mean, if you just look at the face of the note, the seal's real vivid. Um, I've noticed on these stacks auctions, the reverse image, the image they have for the reverse, the ink looks lighter on the computer than it does in hand. So
Right.
maybe that's what's going on there, but it just looks like a good note.
Okay. Next, we have a 1901 $10 legal tender, also known as the Bison note. This one sold for $2,280 and is graded 25 by PMG with exceptional paper quality.
Yeah, these 25 EPQs are really rare notes and super popular because they're kind of right in that sweet spot. You know, they're original, but they're not, usually too crazy out of reach. This one in a 20 is 750, and then in a 40 is 3,500. So obviously a pretty big range there. Um, but I mean, these are investment grade notes, especially the EPQ notes. So
Right.
that
Right.
probably wasn't too bad of a deal for the right buyer.
No, you really can't go wrong with a nice Bison, and this one seems priced right, as you said, and a little better Freedberg too.
Yeah, just for collectors or investors to have in their mind. Okay, a 25 EPQ is selling for roughly 2,300. Just kind
Yeah.
of keep that in your back pocket.
All right. All right. Okay. Next, we have a Series 1907 $10 gold certificate. This one does have the comment tape repair, but still got a grade of 30 by PMG and sold for $1,440.
Yeah, so this one actually the Napier Thompson signature combination did not last very long.
Right.
Um, Thompson wasn't in, he was only in for about a month or two. And the fact that he got his courtesy, autograph on here is kind of where a lot of the value is coming from.
I see.
Um, Again, this one is worth a lot in those upper grade ranges. Like if you get a fine, it's not going to be much more than any of the other 1907s. But once you start getting into that high grade, in a 40, this one is around 3,800.
Yeah, makes a big jump. Yeah,
So this one, they kind of paid for the courtesy autograph as a bonus. Um,
I see.
but this is kind of like one of the more interesting notes,
Yeah.
like historically significant.
When it comes to gold certificates, I always feel like the back is just as important as the face because you got to get the right color because
Exactly.
these things tend to fade. So the closer you
Yeah,
can buy one to the right color, the better.
yeah. If the color doesn't look right, if it's too light, or if it's been oxidized, it's just gonna lose value, even if it is, you know, even a 40, 45. If the
Right,
color doesn't look right, it's not gonna get the right price.
right, right. Next, we have a 1923 $10 legal tender known as the poker chip note. This one is graded 20 by PMG and sold for $3,000.
Yeah, so this one is, a middle of the road poker chip. It's got, its fair share of circulation. I wouldn't say it's exceptional for a 20. I'd say it's like right middle of the road example.
Yeah,
And it's sold for exactly retail at 3,000.
spot on. Yeah,
Yep, the sheet is 2,400. So went for retail price.
yeah.
That's kind of what these nice middle of the road VF20s are going for.
And it's nice to see one of these without any comments also, because a lot of times these have comments, but this one doesn't. I'm sure they paid
Yep.
up for that as well.
Yep. They definitely, this was a note that fit someone's criteria and they were willing to pay full price for it.
Right. Next is a really nice $20 large gold certificate. This one is graded 58, exceptional paper quality by PMG, and sold for $3,600.
Yep. Don't forget that big old star next to the EPQ.
Oh,
You
sorry,
know,
forgot that. Yep.
I would say that, that star is probably paper currency's closest relative to a CAC sticker.
No.
Um,
Okay.
and, this one in sheet in a 58 for, wholesale pricing is 1750 and then 2500 uh, retail, but that star is going to drive that value way up. And, you know, it's hard to say where the price really lies here. You just kind of have to look at, comparable sales, and there aren't a whole ton of star notes out, the EPQ star notes out there. So
Right.
kind of this one in your back pocket as well.
Yeah, it's this is kind of like one we discussed earlier. I think you had two collectors that really wanted this note too, or at least two,
Oh,
um,
definitely.
because this note books at 2,560. So this is something they really wanted. Um,
Yep. They're willing to pay all the way for this one.
yeah, yeah. Also a little better Freeburg numbers as well. So
Yep.
doesn't hurt. Next, we have a very popular design that's always in demand. It's an 1882 $50 gold certificate featuring the portrait of Silas Wright. This one is graded very fine 30 by PMG and carries a stain comment, but it's still sold for $2,280.
Yeah. That stain, looking at it, it really isn't destroying the design there. All that did was give somebody a better value here.
Yeah.
These notes, they seem to come in clusters, and in the Heritage auction, I believe there's 7 or 8 of them coming up this October. So if you're looking for one, then might be a good time. For this one, we have in a 20, green sheet is 1600, and a 35 is 3800, and then in the retail end of things, 2500 in a 20 and 8500 in a 40.
Yeah.
So it goes up quite a bit depending on the grade. Um, but no, I definitely think that was good value. This is definitely a good value for somebody.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. To get a grade of 30 for 20 less than $2,300 is certainly a good value in this note. You don't see these.
Yeah, and one you can see the full design on the reverse as well. Like, I think it's an attractive note.
Yes, it is very much. And speaking of an attractive note, next up we have a series 1922 $50 gold certificate. PMG graded this one 30 and it sold for $2,040.
Another super popular note. These have gone up in price in the last decade quite a bit. Um, this one you're looking at in a $2,800 wholesale, and then 1950 and a 35 for wholesale, and then retail 825 and a 20 and 2750 in a 40. But again, that gold certificate effect, how does the reverse look? Is the
Right.
ink real good? Are there any comments? And the answer is yes. Well, no to the comments, but yes, the ink looks great. So you're kind of looking at about $2,000 here for a nice mid-grade VF30.
Yep. That one looks like it's probably about where it should be.
Yep,
All
I
right.
agree.
And finally, we have a series 1922 $100 gold certificate. This one is graded 35 by PMG and carries the comment pinholes.
Yeah, so this one, it's a pretty good note. It's got, real nice reverse design. It's a shame that it's got some pinholes and there's something funky going on with that seal. Um,
Yeah.
we have 2,500 for wholesale in a 35, 2,500 in a 35, and then in a 20 retail is also 2,500, and it goes up to 8,500 for a 40.
Right.
Goes up quite a bit. Um, but again, I think what you're seeing is a good value buy for somebody who can tolerate that seal discoloration. They can tolerate those pinholes. And they wind up taking a note, more than $500 under wholesale.
Yes. Somebody got a nice deal on that note. They really
Oh
did.
yeah, that was definitely a good snag for somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations to the winner of that note as well. So, well, we got through those faster than I thought, Tyler.
Yeah, we kind of took care of business.
So, what do you think about the currency market in general?
Yeah, I would say overall, you're really starting to see those investment grade notes. They keep going higher and higher. But I think there's room in this market right now. I think it's on the upswing, but there's still those values. There's still those value picks that you can find, especially if you're, willing to take a note with a comment. You can definitely get a good buy still. There's still good finds out there. Um, but again, if you're looking for those investment grade notes, they're not slowing down. So get them now.
Get them while they're hot. Yeah. Yep. I would like to take a moment to remind everyone, when bidding in online auction houses, keep that buyer's premium in mind and things like local sales taxes when you're calculating your bid. You don't want to get any surprises when it comes to checkout time.
Absolutely. And once you start getting into, multiple thousands, it really freaking adds up.
Yeah, especially that sales tax. Yeah.
Yeah, Pennsylvania is 6%. So whatever the
Yeah.
final price is, and that's not just the hammer price, that's everything. Then it tax sales tax on the end.
They even
So that,
tax the buyer's premium, in other words.
yep, yep,
Oh,
they
boy.
tax the buyer's premium, so you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
especially if you're pushing your budget, you have to understand. And they don't always make it easy for you to know when you're putting that bid in, okay, this is what the buyer's premium would be at my max bet.
right.
They just kind of hope you do the math.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And you do have to keep that in mind. Well, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us tonight. And please take a moment to like this video, subscribe, fill up the comment section, and thanks for stopping by. Good night, everybody.